We often feel like we need to discover some grand purpose in life, and without it, we feel lost and just end up rotting in bed all day. But actually, this mindset of trying to find your sole purpose can actually trap you in a cycle of frustration, digging yourself deeper into a hole. I know this from personal experience. I once became hyper-focused on the idea of finding my true purpose. I would hear people online talk about how discovering their purpose made them leap out of bed every morning excited and full of energy. So naturally, I wanted that too. Like damn, who doesn't want to wake up every day with a sense of drive and motivation? So like many, I did what I thought I was supposed to do. I grabbed a journal and a pen and started writing. I followed these question templates and prompts I found on a random Reddit post or in some random self-help book. I would write and brainstorm for 30 minutes thinking that I'd uncover my purpose. I'd get excited and feel like I had finally found the answer. But after a few months, I went back to rotting in bed, and that purpose no longer existed in my life. My supposed purpose never seemed to stick. I keep finding myself waking up without that burning motivation everyone talks about. Instead of feeling more driven, I felt more lost than before. Now, before we go any further, I want to clarify that I'm not saying that having a purpose is useless or that you should just drift aimlessly throughout life. Having a direction and goal are also important, and I'll touch on that later. But first, let me explain why the concept of obsessively searching for one singular purpose in life can actually be bad for you, and it might be time to rethink how we approach the idea of purpose altogether. Why one purpose doesn't really exist. Living on such a small planet in the vast galaxy can make our existence feel insignificant. So, it's natural for us to want to contribute something meaningful to the world. Ultimately, we hope that when we're gone, people will remember us for the impact we've made and the lives we've touched. This pursuit of significance gives our lives purpose. However, many people think that having a purpose means finding one big goal to dedicate their entire lives to. However, this mindset can actually be harmful. The idea that anyone has a single lifelong purpose is just quite misleading and doesn't really exist. It's like I keep saying that they're still bit into Barbies when they reach the age of 70. Maybe some people, but for most people, that's not gonna happen. My point is that in reality, if you really think about it, our purposes change as we go through different stages of life. For example, when you're a teenager, your purpose might be to finally lock it into your studies or business so you can get rich. But as you turn to an adult and you're having kids, your purpose could change to being the best parent possible, and the purpose of studying or getting rich just isn't relevant to you anymore. And later in life, when you're old and wrinkly, your purpose is going to change again. You won't be in your 70s still trying to grind out every day at work so you can get rich. The idea that we have one true purpose, as some self-help gurus preach, just doesn't hold up. We humans are really complex beings, and life is just full of transitions. Especially when you're between the ages of 18 to 30. Most people at this stage are still stumbling through life, unsure of their next step, but that's perfectly normal. I remember being 18, feeling like my world was falling apart because I had no clue what I wanted to do, while my friends seemed like they had their futures perfectly mapped out. But then, I decided to stop staring at the distant horizon and just focus on the now. And suddenly, I stopped feeling so lost and overwhelmed. The important thing I learned is to take life one step at a time. Each experience, whether good or bad, teaches you more about yourself, your strengths, your interests, and what really matters to you. It's a process of discovery, and there's no rush to have all the answers right away. Never compare your journey to others. You have your own unique path, skills, and experiences that no one else have. Focus on your growth without measuring yourself against anyone else. At the end of your life, you don't want to look back and think, wow, I fulfilled my one purpose. Good job, me. Like honestly, that kind of sounds boring. Instead, you will want to reflect all the wild ups and downs, the moments when you felt completely lost, the highs that took your breath away, and everything in between. Imagine the thrill of remembering those crazy adventures, the friendships that led up your life, and the lessons learned from every stumble and triumph. That's the beauty of life. It's not about checking off a single purpose. It's about embracing every twist and turn that makes your journey unforgettable. Just like watching a good movie with surprises and twists. Life is more meaningful when it has both challenges and successes. If a movie had no problems for its characters to solve, it would be boring. In the same way, the struggles we face in life help us grow and make our achievements feel more rewarding. The ups and downs make life interesting, just like they make a movie exciting to watch. Now you may be wondering, so if purpose is kinda useless, does that mean I can just rot in bed for the rest of my life? No, you should never just aimlessly drift through life. Instead of fixating on just one massive life purpose, we should focus on smaller achievable goals. Ask yourself, what do I want to achieve in the next few months or years that future me will be proud of. We need to stop obsessing over finding one grand purpose. We don't need to have our lives fully mapped out when we're young. We still have years to live. Instead, focus on specific goals. This way, we gain a sense of direction, even if it's just small steps. For example, I like to break my life down into like small little projects. Right now, my goals or my projects are to build this YouTube channel and to also get jacked and big. By focusing on these specific goals, I can direct my energy and time towards what really matters to me at this moment. In the future, I might aim for bigger dreams, like buying my dream car, and I know that in 30 years, these goals will probably change as well, and that's perfectly normal. What matters most is that I'm taking steps towards my current goals, which allows me to live fully in the present and not overthink about what my one purpose is. Achieving these goals means that later in life, I can look back and be proud of what I've achieved. By focusing on smaller projects, I can build a fulfilling life one step at a time, making sure that each moment is meaningful. Your goals don't have to be the usual ones, like losing weight or gaining muscle. They can be anything that excites and motivates you personally. These goals can open up new opportunities and experiences, and later in life, you'll be able to look back at all the achievements you've accomplished. But if nothing really interests you right now and everything is an excuse to rot in bed again, nope, you can get up and search for inspiration. If you see someone doing cool stuff on the internet, try to replicate it and turn it into your own goal. When you stop obsessing over one single purpose, you realize that feeling lost is a normal part of the journey. Life is about more than just chasing one big purpose. There are many more adventures and dreams waiting to be pursued. I really believe our sole purpose in life is to live fully. Set and achieve goals that excite you and that will make yourself proud. Spend time with loved ones. Embrace the highs and the lows. Go on crazy adventures. Turn your setbacks into comebacks. When you're older and reflect on your life, you won't be regretting the hard times you've experienced because they helped you appreciate the good ones. Our true purpose is to live a life, to experience it all. The ups, the downs, the emotions, the beauty, the ugly, the unbelievable. And from there on, you get to choose a life you want to live.